I'm Megan Waldrop, host of the Partners of Commercial Fishermen podcast, an extension of an online community created for partners to connect worldwide, find helpful resources, and share stories to feel less alone in this incredibly unique and adventurous way of life. The POCF podcast invites fishermen, family, friends, supporters, or those curious to know more about the commercial fishing community to join conversations as we learn from each other, laugh, sometimes cry, and relate with those who are the faces behind each catch. What do you say? Let's dive in. Hey y'all, we are back from our trip to Texas that I mentioned in the last episode, celebrating my beautiful Puerto Rican grandmother's 90th birthday, the matriarch of our cultural roots. And it was amazing. And I wanted to share because there was a moment before that trip that really helped me feel better about Chris leaving for Bristol Bay. And I'm going to share that with you here. So right after I recorded that last episode, Chris and I were doing errands. I think we went to the beach or did a river walk down, and we live in Wilmington, North Carolina, went down to the river walk and had a nice afternoon stroll. And then afterwards we had a really lovely brunch. We celebrated our 3rd wedding anniversary and went to one of our favorite restaurants here. It's called Seabird. They use all local seafood and the chef is amazing. He's a James Beard nominated chef. Hopefully he will win because he rules. Anyway, little plug there. So we're sitting there and I'm feeling, a little bit of the weight of Bristol Bay, and, we're just chatting away about, life, investments we'd like to do, daydreaming like usual. And I was saying to Chris how much I really loved going out with him. I mean, I actually put on lipstick. I actually put on my wedge shoes. I dressed up more than usual than, right now I'm wearing a tank and a cashmere sweater because it's a little cool still. Thrifted cashmere, my favorite kind. Anyway, and I'm telling Chris, I really like going out. I'm wearing my fancy dangling earrings and I'm feeling like a fancy girl. And it's just nice to see him dressed up. And, I expressed that to him. I was like, it's really nice to go out with you. We never really do this. And he said, well, why don't we try to do this once a week until I leave for Bristol Bay? And in that moment, I felt the weight of Bristol Bay, that pressure of him leaving, totally leave. And it was the fact that it was an intentional time that he wanted to put aside for us to spend together. And yes, we do not have children. We live it's just him and I at our house. And, we have the luxury to do that. However, it was different than, our day-to-day where we wake up and we're hanging out, or, I'm working and he's working on projects, and the busyness of the days, running errands, going to the grocery store. And yeah, we're together, but it wasn't, it's not that intentional time. But when he said, why don't we try this once a week? It really made me feel like he was prioritizing our relationship. And that was a chance for us to prioritize our relationship and really have a chance to connect. I'm sure people out there who have children are like, yeah, we totally get having to need time apart away from the household to actually connect with each other. And I feel like that goes for, even if you do not have kids, it's the actual point of making an effort to keep it separate, keeping the day-to-day separate than actually going out and sitting and enjoying looking into your lover's eyes and just remembering what it's like to date your partner. They always say, date your partner. It's actually a thing. I get it. Getting dressed up and feeling like you're presenting yourself or feeling good about yourself. And I wanted to share that because I feel like this is the part two. What do you want? Not the remedy. I don't know if that's the right word, but something that could be helpful if you are feeling that your partner's, the seasons are fast approaching and you're wondering, okay, how are we going to, I just feel like I'm not really connecting with them. It's like, oh yeah, you can actually make a date, make an intentional time to actually spend time together and not just be together and not just live together. Because that's a whole different thing. That's like the day-to-day, just living and existing as a human, right? But just having that extra time set aside that's on the books. I think that's the different thing. It's not like the sporadic walks that we do or, here or there. It's something to look forward to. And so now it's like, oh, okay. I mean, whether or not we actually do go out every week and intentionally go to dinner or to lunch or brunch or whatever it is, the fact that that's even an option and the fact that that could be something that we are going to plan on really, it brings me so much more joy and it makes me feel calm inside. I don't have that anxiety of him leaving. I feel like, oh, okay, good. This is us taking advantage of that time together. And so I wanted to share that in case that is helpful for you. And also I wanted to say, it also makes the times that you are together with family even more special. I know for a lot of partners of commercial fishermen, one of the hardest parts about their partners being gone is missing family events, kids having recitals or soccer games or family reunions or birthdays, Christmas, you name it. And it can be really sad when your partner's not there. And I've been there so many times where, I'm going by myself. And I know you probably understand this too. And it's fine. But man, when they actually are there and they can show up, it just makes it so much better. There were so many times in Texas for grandma's 90th birthday giant family reunion that I looked over and I just told him, I'm so happy you're here. I probably said that to him at least 5 times. Like, I am so happy that you're here for this, not only to witness this family coming together to celebrate this amazing woman. And honestly, for him to get to know me on a different level, I feel like your partner gets to know you when they see your family on a larger scope. They're like, oh, okay. I see where you get it from. I see where those quirks are coming from. I see where, whatever it is, but it makes it more endearing and also more compassionate and empathetic maybe. But it's just, but the fact that whenever they do show up and they are there, it just makes it even more special. So to piggyback on our last episode, I wanted to share that. Maybe set intentional dates with your partner if possible. Maybe it's not weekly, but maybe just have something on the calendar. Maybe it's every other week where you even just go to coffee together at a coffee shop, somewhere outside of the home. Put on lipstick if you wear lipstick. Put on your favorite earrings. Have them wear that button-up t-shirt, not that shirt that has the, fish gut stains and the marina on the back. You know what I mean? But just having something on the calendar seems to really help. So I'm passing that along and hope that is helpful. And yeah, thank y'all so much for listening. Therapy session number 2, but it was an aha moment. I was like, oh my gosh, I got to go tell my peeps. I got to go share this with the partners of commercial fishermen. So the big takeaway, put something on the calendar, even if it's one thing or 2 things until they leave. It just brings so much more joy to have something to look forward to. And also to know that they also prioritize your relationship as much as you do. I hope this is helpful. Sending all the love and POCF pride always. Till next time. Thank you so much for being here. Your downloads, your reviews mean more than you know, because that's how we know that you are enjoying the podcast. And if you'd like to further support the community, you can tap the subscribe button, share with family and friends, post on socials, or write a review. But you know what? As long as you're getting value, that is all that matters. But if you go that extra step, we truly, truly appreciate it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're a partner of a commercial fisherman looking for more resources on how to navigate this unique lifestyle, from long distance dating to communication to finances to motherhood advice to mental health, safety, all the things. We're building more resources on succession planning and retirement. It's going to be amazing. There's even an option to join the private forum as well if you jump onto POCFpride.com to learn more. We are there for you. We got all of the community and all of the resources you need, and they are continuing to grow as we learn what you need the most. We can't wait to connect with you, and thank you so much again for being here. Thanks for listening today. Being here means you're a part of the POCF family, and we wouldn't be a community without you. I'm Megan, and this is the Partners of Commercial Fishermen podcast. As always, much love, POCF pride, and remember, you are not alone.